Hey, sixth grade. Welcome back to the fourth week of distant learning. I cannot believe we're already doing this for 4 weeks, but I'm glad that we're able to. And I just want to go over a couple things before I jump into this week's activities. So, the first thing is if you go under distant learning and you check the schedule and the grading, I know some of you have asked me if you're getting credit for these assignments. So, the answer is yes, you are getting credit. Right now, in your fourth quarter grade book for my class, it's going to say 0 no matter what, whether you've been doing it or not doing it. The percentage will say 0. However, at the very end of fourth quarter, if you have collected your 6 credits, so I'm basically giving you a credit or a TX in your grade book, and if I count that you did the 6 assignments, which will be posted here, then at the very end, you will see the change in your grade go up. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. But a quick example is maybe you have an 85% from your third quarter grade, and then you do the 6 assignments, so 1% per assignment, your grade starts to move up. So you'll end with a 91% if you do all 6. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know. You might want to look at this chart a little deeper. And then also, if you go back to the week 2 video, I explain it a little bit slower. So let's see. This week, you're also going to need to check in. So a lot of you are doing great. All I need you to do is just check in one time this week, okay? So if you check in today, that's it. You don't have to check in on Friday or Thursday, right? So make sure that you just check in. And then right here where it says code word, the code word is going to be color because that is exactly what we're going to be doing with our HTML sheets a little bit later. So where it says code word, you're going to type in the word color. Okay, and then last week, a lot of you turned in your HTML sheets, and I'm very proud of you. I know that HTML is hard, but I know that you can also do hard things and that you overcame those challenges and you're allowing your brain to problem solve and put these puzzles together. So I'm very, very proud, even if you got one line of code or you got all the code down. The most important thing is that you're learning and that you're able to work through it. And that is really what coding is about right now, for me at least. And if it doesn't look all pretty or if it doesn't look perfect, that's okay. I I know what it's like to learn for the first time something new. I'm doing that right now, actually, and actually a lot of times I'm doing that, but specifically right now I'm still learning French, and it's been a challenge when I don't get it down. But after practice and practice, I'm starting to pick up just even a little bit of it, and I feel accomplished. So same with you. Coding is like learning a new language. So just like how people have to learn Arabic or Mandarin or Spanish, for if you've never spoken it, it's hard at first, right? But the more that you practice, you'll become better. So if you go to the W3 schools, we're just learning one language. We're learning HTML. And eventually you can decide what other languages you want to learn. So there's like the CSS, which helps your HTML, there's JavaScript, there's C++, there are other types, and just depending what type of language you want to learn will help determine what you can use that for. So you can learn how to code apps or how to code certain medical programs. So people have to learn these types of languages for different reasons. The reason why we're learning HTML is because that has to do with website making. And unfortunately, I don't have the program to use the CSS. In the real world, you most likely would need to know more of CSS when it comes to behind the scenes on web design. But HTML for now is giving us the practice. It's allowing us to look deeper behind a website so that you can understand it better and maybe appreciate how these websites are put together. So, anyways, if you did your HTML document last week, then you have a starting point. If you did not do it last week, that's okay. I have a sample template here that you're allowed to use for this week so that you won't have to feel that you're behind on anything. So anywhere that it's yellow, feel free to just type in and put in the images and videos and words that you want. So I'll give you the template and then you can just kind of fill in some ideas there. Okay, so what you're going to be doing this week, we are going to be adding to our already done web page, right? We have the foundation done, but we want to add the color. We want to start centering it. We want to play with the font sizing. Maybe we want to change the font styles. So that's really what this week is about, just adding to something we've already worked on. So if you go here where it says, let's see, instructions to part 2. So you're going to notice part 1 is on the top because that's what we worked on last week. So just in case, these are things that I asked you to work on, having a main title, trying to insert at least one video. This week, part 2, which is down here below, this week is just kind of a quick checklist. There's only 5 things I'm really checking and hopefully won't be too difficult. 1, can you add background color? 2, can you change the font style? 3, did you change the font size? 4, did you center your titles? And the 5th thing, did you learn something new on your own? And that will be up to you what it is that you want to learn. You can learn how to resize your image. You can add a hyperlink. You can add emojis if you want to add that to your webpage. But what really will come in handy is this W3 Schools right here. W3 Schools is anytime I get stuck on something, I can go here to the search box and just type in how to add background color for HTML. And it'll come up with a list. I'll click on it, and I'm like, hey, yeah, this is exactly what I want. I see blue here. This must be the code for it. So all I got to do is copy that, Control C. I go here to my web page or even my Google Doc, depending how I'm staying organized. And I'm going to maybe add the body right here. So Control V, right? Control A, Control C. So Control A selected it, Control C will copy it, and I'm now going to replace all this. The HTML. Okay, so it has this light blue. You'll see my title went back to the left side. It's because I don't have the center on here. So what I'm going to do, so one of your jobs is, how do I change this powder blue to another type of blue? And if I go here to my Codecademy and I type in colors, let's see here. This looks good. So you'll be learning a lot about colors and being able to change that. But actually, there's one here that I knew was a little bit quicker for me. So right here it says 140 standard color names. So maybe I want to change it so I can look through the color choices and I'm like, what would go good with the pink? Maybe I'm just going to type in dark blue. So I'm going to go back here where it says powder blue and erase the powder part, type in dark, CHTML, and it should have changed it. So the black doesn't really look good with the dark blue on here. So that means I'm going to have to go back and find a font color to change that. So right here where it says H1 style is color pink, that means somewhere in my paragraphs I'm also going to have to do that to the white. Or I can change just the background color maybe to a yellow, or if I have a specific yellow in mind, then I would type in that instead. So maybe that looks better, and then I would change that. So anyways, that's kind of where we're going. I'm going to make another video right after this one, so that I'll show you step by step how to change the fonts and the colors and the sizes. But all I really do is go onto W3 Schools, and I look here for what I'm trying to search for, and if I don't see it right away, then I just type in, let's see, font size HTML. And then I try to learn about it just by looking and trying to see if I can figure it out that way. Okay, so this week, just to recap, We're just adding to our HTML from last week. We're just doing 5 goals, and I already showed you where you can find that right here under instructions. And I put some resources that you're going to need for that. And that's it for Friday. So if you can turn in your link once you're done, some of you did a great job. Right here it says link to your work. You can just send me this link, and this is what I'm going to be seeing on your page. It shows me this part and this, or if you feel more comfortable, you can just send me your doc, and I was also able to see it like this too. Okay, but right here where it says link to your work, you can literally copy and paste that, add that to the doc, or go into Google Classroom and just add a link. So that would be another option too. Okay, but anyways, look out for my next video if you need more help with the fonts and kind of fixing the centering and all that kind of stuff. Okay, all right, well, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.